Let's now take a look at the ClassMon comment bank feature. Now there may be times that you would like to keep a list of comments that you commonly use in your observations and for your transition statements, and then be able to access these easily to insert into your comments. Now there's two areas where the comment bank feature exists. The first one is in your observation panel. So when I click on any of the observations here, if I create a new observation, you'll find a comments button here. If we click that, it gives us access to comments that you can preload. And these are the comments that are related to the learning element that we've selected. So the comments for safe, secure and supported. If I choose a different learning element and click the comments button, we get the comments that are related to that learning element. The second area where the comments button is available is in the transition statement. So when we come to our Learning Outcomes tab and we choose any of the learning outcomes, for example identity, when we click the comment button now, it lists all the comments that are available that you have loaded for each of the learning elements. You can see for each comment it's automatically inserted the child's name, and it has used the correct gender words if there are gender words existing. So let's now take a look at how you get these comments into ClassMon. If we click the Configuration Manage Rubrics link, it loads up the rubric editor. Now this is taking us into the back end of ClassMon, and it's where all the setup of the framework is done. Now if we want to add some comments to Safe, Secure and Supported, we click on Safe, Secure and Supported. We don't need to touch any of this information, that's preloaded from the framework. But if we click the comments button down the bottom, this opens up a panel that allows us to edit any of our existing comments or to add a new one. So you write your comment for your female students, copy that comment, paste it to the male field, and change any gender words that you need to change. And then click the Add button. You must click the Add button to add it to your collection of comments. And you can see it's now available up here. If you need to edit it at any time, just click the Edit button. If you'd like to delete a comment, just click the Delete button. Okay, so once you've added your comments for Safe, Secure and Supported, just click the Done button. If we click Done on the rubric editor, now when we go to make an observation for Safe, Secure and Supported for Adam, and we click the Comments button, you can see that there's another comment down here which we had added into the rubric. So if we apply that, it brings that comment in. If we choose a different child, Alice, and Safe, Secure and Supported, and we choose our comment box, now Alice is developing her communication skills, and we can add that comment. So that's a quick and easy way to add your comments or your base comments, which you can then expand on. When you come to your transition statement and click on Learning Outcomes Identity, now when we click on Comments, you'll see it's got all our other comments that we've added previously, but it's also added the last one. Alice is developing her communication skills. Now you can select multiple comments and apply them, and that will add them to the comment box. Now it's very important when you're using the comments button that you add the comments from the comments button before you start adding any of your comments, because if you start with a blank page here and you start writing your comment, okay, so you've written a personal comment there and then you click the comments button, whatever comments you choose here will overwrite that whole field, so you'll lose that original comment. So it's always best to choose your comment first from the comment bank and then personalize that comment or add or edit to it. Now it's not only the comments that you can add to ClassMon, you can also adjust the guide text. So you may have noticed the guide button here. This is the guide text from the Early Years Learning Framework that is relevant for your state. You can actually edit this information. So if you've adjusted this text in any way at your center, you can then load that text into the rubric. So by choosing, again, Safe, Secure and Supported, choose the Guide Text button, and you can now edit any of this text. So you can add to it, you could delete it and put your own text in, and then that text will become available whenever you click the Guide button while making your observations or transition comments. One other thing with comments and guide text, The text is actually importable and exportable. So if you write up a set of guide texts or comments that are relevant to your whole centre and you want to share it with other teachers, you can just export the guide text or comments as a file. Here's the file here. It will save to your hard drive, and then you can copy or email that file to another user who can then import those comments or guide texts into their version of ClassMon. So the comment bank is a very powerful tool. Use it with care. Try to personalize your comments, but it's a great way of having a base to start from. The comment bank is also a wonderful tool for users of other philosophies. So if you're an Australian service that needs to follow the early years learning framework, but you also follow your own philosophy or Montessori or Reggio philosophy, you may map your, say, Montessori comments or Montessori framework to the early years learning framework, so that when you make an observation for safe, secure and supported and click the comments button, maybe you've loaded your Montessori comments into your comment bank so that they're readily accessible when you do a safe, secure and supported observation. So in effect, this will manage your mapping to other frameworks.